Hello everybody and welcome back to Shamrock Valley. So before we get into it, let me just first of all say Happy New Year. It is of course New Year's Day, 2019, pretty good year. I'm really looking forward to the upcoming year. It should be, with a bit of luck, absolutely amazing. So yes, let's head over to the sheep field. First of all, what I need to do is just drop off this trailer. It is the grass which we baled up a few episodes back. I'm actually going to be using this tractor to begin with today. We're going to get a different attachment for it, something which I haven't used yet. It looks very interesting. I might have used it on the thumbnail, I'm not too sure. When I'm recording the videos, I don't tend to think about what the thumbnail is going to feature. But it could well be the saw which goes onto the back of the Ferguson tractor. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Now I think really it is one of those hand-fed saws, and what I mean by that is it's not, something which you feed your hand into. That would be painful and, well, quite costly. You're going to lose your hands. It's just basically you just put the log on there manually. There's no kind of auto load. This is a Ferguson. The auto loading features I doubt were even invented. Like auto stackers, I can't think of a 1950s auto stacker, although I could be wrong. If there was something along those lines, probably not quite as sophisticated, definitely not quite as sophisticated as modern day. There could still be like an early design, I don't know, I really don't know. But yes, anyway, moving away from that, it's definitely not an automatically loading log saw. So here we are. My two engines are motoring up the hill, we're really powering it. Those are the sheep, they're producing their wool very nicely. So it's going to be possibly this episode, but most likely the next one when I construct the upper yard. Now this yard is going to be the one where the placeable area is, and we just really do need to have another yard for bigger machinery, and also in preparation for the straw harvest add-on. So as you can see, they've got quite a few bales here, but I'm just going to leave the trailer here as well. Because they're all going to be used very soon. The amount of sheep that we have is increasing daily, hourly in fact. I think every 7 hours we get a new sheep. So it is just very important that they have loads of food there. So I've already bought the saw, and the reason why the time's at times 30 is because I'm trying to get the soybeans to grow. The soybeans need to be harvested as soon as possible because I'd love to give the pigs as much as they require as soon as possible. It would just be good for them to have everything, because then when I feed them the very expensive pig food, it's not going to put it, well, it might do actually, but it shouldn't split it over into the soybean category. Although yes, I think it does do still. I think it might even go over the limit. Okay, so this is it. We're not going to do this for too long, just a bit of a play around, I guess you could say. Let's just go over to the forest. This is probably the last episode with the Santa hat. But then again, there are the 12 days of Christmas, which leads us up to the 6th of January. So yeah, I think I will just be taking it off though in the next few episodes. Anyway, it's been the talking point of all of my episodes since Christmas Day. When survival roleplay? Well, I have said many times before, some people either haven't seen the video or just are so desperate for it that they post that anyway. But yeah, the 3rd. It's returning on the 3rd. We're back to normal. Now actually, yeah, from now onwards we are back to normal. So, for those of you survival roleplay fans, do not fear, it is returning in just a few days' time, the 3rd of January. Now, because my McCormick tractor is actually over at the store, I'm quite tempted to buy another Ferguson trailer. I know that you can reconfigure the existing one, but I would prefer to have two. One as a tipping trailer and one as a flatbed. I think if I get a tipping trailer as well, we can throw these logs into it. Now, don't be expecting this is going to be cutting up massive trees, because it won't be. It is literally just for cutting up, I guess you could say, a few inches in diameter. I wouldn't like to say what the limit would be, but it's certainly not a tree, a full-size tree trunk. Although I can see it being quite impressive. You can see on the back here, there's the saw, and that sort of bench on the back where you sit the log and then you can slide it along, keeping your fingers out of the way. So really, I'm just looking to, as I say, play around and maybe process some logs which I've missed, because I know I have missed a few. There were some. Oh yeah, there's one straight ahead of us. We'll put this in the sunshine. We all need a bit more sunshine at this time of year, if you live in a part of the world where it's currently winter, of course. Right, So, yeah, let's just put that there. To lower that down. Good. So, yes, that is perfect. That couldn't actually be a better log for this test. I'll probably cut it up a little bit first. But yes, there we go. I'll just knock the time down a bit. We don't want it to be dark before we've even started. Right then, so as you can see, belt drive off the PTO. The saw is spinning so fast it looks like it's not really turning. That's actually very cleverly done. Because in real life, when it is spinning so fast, it looks like it's almost not spinning. So, mind my fingers, I say to myself. And usually you'd sort of tilt this. It would tilt forward and towards you. Don't know if that's going to work quite the same in Farming Simulator. I love how the shavings are much larger. But in theory, in real life you would in fact sit it on here, push it forwards to cut, pull it back, slide it along, and so on. I'm still holding on to it. I thought there was something wrong. Yes, okay. I must make sure I don't keep jumping up into it. That piece was a bit too small. Ah, that is just perfect. That's what I'm looking for. So then we can throw those into the trailer. I can see it does tilt actually. It does tilt quite nicely. Look at that. That is perfect. Lovely firewood. Right, so I know we have only just got here, but I just need to go and jump into my other tractor. This is going to have to be taken back too actually. As I'm here, we'll take it back. We can return the old munching up Trek 600. I just wish it was called the the crab logger from Thunderbirds. I guess you couldn't do that, but it just reminds me of that so much. Unbelievable. It destroys everything in its path. I'm stuck. Come on. That looks painful. That looks unbelievably painful. Yes, I am pleased that we own this lorry. I'm actually planning on getting a tipper as well. Because I don't really want to have loads of small trailers. The small trailers are just for what we're doing today. That's why I'm buying another one. But when it comes to carting grain, just one big bulk tipper. We've got the space for it because we do have the placeable yard. So that is the route I'm going to go down. And also, just wondering, yes, we'll probably need a big flatbed trailer for when we do the pallets eventually. I'm just sort of planning everything around the straw harvest add-on, even though I don't know the exact date. I just know it's going to be at some point in 2020, most likely early on. Right then, here we are. I do remember that in the episode where I was looking for the sell points, it's actually in here, so thank you to everybody who did say that. But I don't need to use it because I'm just returning this thing, so I'll know for the future to put it in there. Here's the McCormick. The lorry can stay here for now. Just pop it there, blocking the Scania. And yes, we'll get the other trailers sorted out. You know, when I've been calling that a Trex, I think it's a T-Rex. I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, let's get this trailer purchased. There is also the grapple, which is interesting. I didn't buy it because I just don't want to buy everything at this stage. But yeah, love it. So the 3-ton tipping trailer is just there. Let's get that purchased. Just £650. You really can't go wrong. I think we're probably going to cut more than £650 of wood anyway. I'm not really doing this to make money for the farm, because that's why we have the animals and also soybeans, which are worth a fortune. I'm doing this to try out the saw really, but it's just a good way of clearing up the remaining logs as well. Okay, see you back over at the forest. One thing which I haven't really mentioned too much in my videos is one of my hobbies, which is sort of astronomy, you know, looking at planets and stars through telescopes. I was just wondering if in FS there is actually stars and planets. I've never really stared at the sky ever. I think there's stars, I don't know. Although, thinking about it, maybe it is fairly lifeless out there. Let's take a look. We'll go back to 1 o'clock in a minute or two. But yes, just using this, if I can just... I know, you're probably thinking I'm very boring, we're just going to go and skip to the sky. Okay, it's cloudy. That's typical. There's a moon. There is a moon, but there's no stars. It looks like the sky does remain still quite blue, even when it's gone dark. So, anyway, yeah, we've just basically elapsed a day. Not to worry at all. So, here we are. We have established that Farming Simulator probably doesn't have stars. Which leaves the question, why? Why doesn't it have stars? It probably also inevitably brings the answer of it's a farming game, not an astronomy game. Then again, it is quite nice to have it true to life. Okay, so there we go. That's those catapulted into the trailer. Let me try and find some more. Ooh, free wood. What a bonus. Thought you could get away, did you? Yes, let me just try and locate some more. Ooh, look, we've got some wood over here. Good. Another tree. I see that this one is probably going to pretty much just delete itself, because when it gets too narrow, it just does delete itself. So I'll spare the machine of the trouble. There we go. In fact, that's not even worth cutting. Let me try and find some more wood. Trees, they're all too tempting. Yeah. Just wondering if I lost any. I don't think I did, so we do still have a few in the central area, which I can very gradually cut down. Now, this is the funny thing. As you'll know, I did donate to Team Trees. I grow trees in real life. I love trees, because there's no reason to hate them. But in the NFS, it is just so satisfying to cut them down. Definitely not satisfying in real life. It's like the complete opposite. Come on, cut. We must cut this tree up as fast as possible. It's a big tree. Right then, so I think we will. We'll try the whole thing. I'll try and cut up all of the different sizes here just to really push the thing to its limit. But I'm going to have to most likely enable, yes, super strength mode, because I won't be able to pick this one up. That's better. Okay, so I'm going to have to just clear a bit of space here with this tractor being in the way. I was actually expecting this not to take the whole episode, but actually I've sort of got into it. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but it is just... I just love the mod. That mod is just so good. Right, so let's get that fired up once again. So nice using a vintage tractor. The spinning disc. The blade is going. Oops. That's the issue with super strength mode. Yeah, it's too big for it. Far too big. What were you thinking, Daggerwin? Right, we'll probably cut them up with a chainsaw. I knew it wasn't for that, it's just... You know what I'm like. Oh. Okay, so that seems to be the length it's looking at. Perfect. I love this. It's just so fast. It's faster than the chainsaw. Just absolutely blitz it. Yes. Love that. That is just so good. Okay. Right, we'll just shut that down. This is obviously too big. That one is too big as well. So I'll deal with these with the chainsaw, and then we can throw all this into the trailer. And then we can just see what sort of money I've made from that. It really was just a test, just to see what you can do. But I'm now going to, in a second, when we've done all that, hopefully harvest that field. Is it ready? Oh, it's still not ready. Typical. Is anything ready? Nothing's ready. Okay. Right, well, in that case, let's continue. Okay, so those are all cut up, and they're in there. I'm going to struggle to probably fit everything in. Surprising how little you can fit in a trailer. Oops, that was not supposed to happen. So I'm going to go and empty this. Can we strap? I doubt we can strap because it is a tipping trailer. So yes, it's best that I do just keep things nicely contained. Don't try and overload it. So we'll come back for those pieces which have been cut up there, and hopefully there is, well, a bit of money's worth it. I've just crashed into a tree stump. Yes, it's the one I just cut down. All we need is about, well, if we include the saw's value, let's say £900 in total, then we're making a profit. and I don't think it's going to be too difficult to do. The sawmill is just down here, not too far, but first we get the lovely view over the bay, and we do have, the lighthouse over to the... Yes, there's the lighthouse, yeah. Just wondering where it was. Yeah, over there, but you can't go to it. There's also a ruined castle down here. Hello, what do we have here? Ah, free wood. Free wood is good. Right, we're getting a good collection. It's not really free, it's something I've dropped on a previous load. Okay, so I'm going to have a bit of a guess here. I'm going to say there's about £2,000 worth of wood here. Please do if you want to. Have a guess as well. Thing is, I know that wood is worth quite a bit in Farming Simulator, which is good because wood chips are worth hardly anything. Which is weird. It's the same product and it just basically costs you more money to process it if it's chips. Strange. Hopefully it will sell from the trailer, otherwise I could try and tip it. Wow, 3,583. Not bad at all. And there's more to come. You see, wood really is worth doing in Farming Simulator, which is why you would cut the trees down. But in this series, we're going to be sustainable. We're going to put more trees back up. I've gone the wrong way. Oh, no, I can't go through there. It's a chain link fence. All you had to do was follow the tire marks, but no, you go the wrong way. Anyway, yeah, let's go and get the final load, and hopefully I don't get lost again. I think because this is going to be the sort of central hub of the tree planting operation, we should have a bit of a shed here, just one storage shed, to keep some of the equipment. We don't want to have everything stored over at the other farm. Right, okay. So this definitely is not going to be quite as impressive as the 3,500, but I'd like to say there's £500 here. Thing is, those other logs were very fat and they're also quite long as well. So I'll just finish picking these up and then we'll head back over to the sawmill. And there we go. That's everything. So I've enjoyed that. Did I turn the engine off? Yeah. Good. We'll do some more in the future. We'll also be doing some more big forestry work as well with the Komatsu. But more trees are going to have to be put in as well. So it's all a bit of forest management. Making sure there's always going to be enough trees. Oh, look at that view. What's this? A free log. There is a free log down here. A free tree, actually. Well, this map does deposit things. I think it must have been me again. It must have fallen off on the road and then it's just rolled down there. Okay, well, that's going to really push us over the £500 mark, I would hope. It's the map that just keeps giving. I doubt it would be there for you if you loaded up a new save. I'm sure it's something I've dropped. Don't want to be dropping it again. Oh, wow. I pick up more wood as I drive. Alright, so those are my previous tyre marks. Going in all sorts of directions. This time, just for added realism, I'll try and tip it, but it might not work, because I know it's for grain. Sometimes it cannot... Oh, it's going to work, isn't it? Sometimes trailers just go through the wood. Oh, lovely. Very nice. Ah. Yeah, it looks so much more realistic than just pressing a button and it all disappears. 1,232. Very good. So that is the tree work for today completed. Now I'm here in the field and I've just realised there's weeds. Yeah, I didn't realise I had weeds switched on, so we do have a solution to this. Herbicide. It is, however, quite an expensive solution. It's much cheaper to use a weeder, so I'm going to have to go and buy an Ivy Sieve herbicide and get that sprayed, unfortunately. Looks like harvest is going to be tomorrow. And yeah, this sprayer does like to hop about. Somebody mentioned that my driving was horrific when I was using this. When you're on the single track roads, when you go up on the... well, when you're just driving down the road, you're on the verges on both sides and it makes it hop about. So, pallets, herbicide, Expensive. These selfish weeds taking our farm money. On the plus side, I get to use this very good looking machine. Okay. Off we go then. Let's go and get that field all ready for the harvest very soon. All the weeds are going to do is just lower our yields. We really can't afford to have lower yields. And because they are soybeans, not wheat or anything, it means that spraying would be worth it, because soybeans are worth a lot of money. There's a demonstration of it hopping about. It's very bouncy. Yeah. So yeah, this technically, if you wanted to look at it this way, isn't my first video of 2020, because this was recorded on New Year's Eve. My first proper video will be tomorrow. But really, yeah, this is the first published video of the new decade. That's the good thing about the sprayer. Every job with it takes about 30 seconds. That's good. You can see them dying instantly. I can fully understand the reason why they do make them die instantly, so you can see where you've been. I wonder if it would be possible in a future version to have it as an option though, so they wither over time. I don't know if there'd be any other way though of showing that you've been there. I suppose if they made the crop look just a shade darker, just one shade darker, to show that it's been dampened, that could be one way of showing that you've been there. Just for realism, because obviously they don't wither instantly. But yeah, I'm not really trying to nitpick. I don't really have a big problem with that feature. I just love the fact that they've got weeds in. But it's still not as advanced as the FS15 soil mod, which was unbelievable. So unbelievable that I struggled to use it because it was really complex, but the idea was really, really good. Much more involved than just having some weeds and spraying them off. But I understand that it has to be fair, it has to be simple for everybody to use, because those who, like myself, who have limited knowledge of how herbicides and pesticides work, you have to be able to at least be able to play the game without, you know, having a massive headache. So yes, yeah, it's good. I just think having options which you can switch on and off and control, that's a good way forward, so it sort of suits everybody. Right, there we go then. There we go. Weeds killed. So I'll fold it up, put it back over here for now. Eventually all the big machinery will be going in a new shed, but that'll be in a few episodes' time. Ah, the floodlights are still here. Good. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Like I say, Happy New Year to you. And until the next video, see you again very soon. Bye for now.